Flight controls. Flight controls.
Stefan, you need your data link on at 127. Repeat 127.
Yeah, 127 on.
Give the men some time, Bob.
Sorry, Kate, I missed that.
Give the men some time.
Yeah. Steph, just keep up as much as you can. Don't worry about it if you get lost. Don't worry about anything.
Sure. I've still got 20 seconds on the INS.
Yeah, nice and relaxed. Nice and chilled. You'll be the last one to taxi and you follow me.
Sure thing.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Suicide.
Springfield check-on.
3.
4.
Springfield loud and clear. Okay chaps, let me know when you've loaded up all your harms and you're ready.
Roger, 2 ready.
3 ready.
4 ready.
Okay chaps, right, so for pre-briefed mode, I'm just going to give you a view on the aircraft pop-up mode. That's the one we're going to use for tomorrow night's mission. So if you bring up your stores on your left MFD, you should see harm in the top left hand corner. Let me know when you're ready.
2.
3.
4.
Okay, so once you're there, click on the harm. On the left hand side you'll see a number of different modes. You've got your SP mode, your target of opportunity mode, and the pre-brief mode. So we're going to click on the pre-brief mode. Let me know when you've done that.
2.
3.
4.
Okay, super. So automatically you'll see the AC on the just below PB. You'll see AC is boxed. So that's the aircraft pull-up mode. That's the one we're going to be utilising anyway. No need to change that. But for information, if you wanted to use the harm and get the harm to use the pull-up mode, then you'd box the harm one, which is the last button on the left-hand side. HRM.
Right, and the difference is that in aircraft pull-up mode, I have to pull up to loft, and in ARM, the ARM
The
does
harm,
the work.
correct. The harm will pull up. Where you utilise each manoeuvre, the aircraft pull-up mode, in essence, you'd use at lower altitudes where the air is thicker, and the missile needs more kinematics, whereby the harm pull-up mode is where you want to get maximum range from a higher altitude, where obviously there's limitations to the aircraft's kinematics. So that's a general rule of thumb. So now we're in that mode and we're in aircraft pull-up mode. You'll see also that we've got Station 8 has been automatically boxed in the top left-hand corner. That's Station 8. You can step through by pressing the step button on the right-hand side, which is third from the top. So you've got Station 8, Station 2, Station 7, Station 3, and again selecting it again back to Station 8. Then what we're going to do, the main thing we're going to need to do is put a UFC setup. So we click on UFC, and we on the right hand side on the UFC area, you'll see TGT appear. You want to click that button next to TGT, and you'll see two double dots. Now we need to enter the code for the SA6, which in this case is 108. Enter. Okay, so that's essentially the setup. The next thing we'll need to do is set the waypoint, designate the waypoint. Now we'll do that nearer we get to the range, and we'll select the appropriate waypoint for weapons designate, which would be probably actually let me just check on the brief. Hang on a second. So unfortunately it doesn't say. So what we'll do, guys, when we get nearer to the range, I'll be able to check which one is the nearest waypoint to the SA6. I actually want to say I think it's waypoint 2 or 3, but when we get closer, we'll be able to check that.
Sure, it'll sort itself.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. It says weapons range is waypoint 1, so maybe it's waypoint 1, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll do that when we get close to the range. What we'll do is we'll pass the range, head south, go down to Batumi, use that as a turning point. We'll get into trail at that point, 30-second trail, so we won't interfere with everybody's missiles. So when I call trail, we'll take off in. Actually, we can just take off in arrow. Stay in arrow. Stay in formation. In two groups of arrows. So two ship arrows. So Bob, you'll lead the second flight. I'll lead the first. Head down to the weapons range. Then head south to Batumi. We'll start the turn to head back to the range at where the runway is. We'll do a right-hand turn, 180, head back to the range, conduct the manoeuvre, launch the missile, and then we'll do a left-hand bank and come back downwind. Doing a 180, head back to the end of the runway, and repeat the exercise.
Do you really think it's necessary to turn to Batumi and go back? As I remember, there's 60 miles between the SA6 and the target range.
That's right, 16 miles, correct.
I thought it was 60.
No, 16, 16.
Oh, alright, yeah, it's rather close then, correct.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. After which, guys, you're welcome to do whatever you want. I might go and do a bit of tanking, and then head back to Katazi. Any questions, guys?
2 ready.
3 ready.
4 ready.
Okay. We'll switch to SRS now, guys. So I'll do a check-in. Springfield check-in.
2, 3, 4.
Springfield loud and clear. Stand by at taxi. Springfield taxi. In sequence.
We're going to be on YouTube, aren't we, Yogi?
Of course. You wouldn't have it any other way.
You said 7,500 views. Is that your most viewed video?
Sorry, mate?
I saw that one of your videos had 7,500 views. Was about a startup procedure.
Yeah, that was for the F-16 when it came out.
Is my microphone not loud?
No, it's fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But I was just asking. You've got 7,500 views on one of your videos about a startup procedure. Is that the most that you have?
Correct, yes.
Because I thought it was quite impressive.
Oh, thank you. It's when the F-16 was first launched. I did startup procedure. Yeah, that's the most I've had. So line up an SOP 4 ship, just standard SOP.
Which means stay firm. Just a bit to the right and just a bit behind Bob.
Roger that. Okay, Springfield 1 and 2, run them up.
2 set.
Brakes off in 3, 2, 1, go. Burner, burner, go.
Steph will hold at 80% on the brake when you're ready. And release in 3, 2, 1, go. Burner, burner, go.
Yuri, you just gave me the wing flare to put me on line abreast, but did you mean for us to go in trail? I mean arrow?
Roger, it's my mistake.
Muscle memory.
Arrow, go. Yeah, muscle memory. Habit.
Steph, if you can settle down where you are, that's quite good. That's fine there.
Roger that.
We normally fly at 420.
Yeah, I'll go about that.
Okay, Springfield 1 to Springfield flight. Waypoint 1 is confirmed as target, so that's the one we want to weapons designate.
2, 3, 4.
So one thing to notice, chaps, when you've selected the waypoint 1 as your target, you'll start seeing a range, time to range, and time for last launch to target. So you'll see a countdown happen, so it gives you an indication as to when your missile is going to hit the target. Kind of useful.
So you're saying there's an SA-6 at the target site,
Roger that.
and I should probably turn on my RWR, because I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, I've got the RWR on and I've got an SA-6 dead ahead of me. See the SA6 on the end of the runway.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, 1 and 2 head south towards Batumi.
2. 3. 4.
Okay, Springfield going 30-second trial. Go.
3. 4.
Okay, chaps, once you get to within 10 miles of the target, you can start your pull-up. And then as the azimuth steering line, there's a similar indicator to the GBU 38s, where the line comes down. If you keep your finger on the pickle button, it'll automatically fire when it's ready. So I'm just coming over Batumi Air Base right now, so I'm going to start my turn, right hand turn towards the target. So when you're ready, start the turn at that point.
That case will allow you to turn in sequence, sir.
Turn in sequence. Okay, one's running in. One's accelerating to 550 knots. One's pulling up. One is Magnum. One's left-hand turn heading south.
Altitude. Altitude.
2 pulling up. 2 Magnum, heading south.
One shack.
Altitude. Altitude.
Overhead, continue.
1 and 2 extend your range past Batumi. Let 3 and 4 do their run.
Roger. I'm not getting RWR signals, I'm forgetting something.
You've switched it on, right?
Tell me very specifically where that switch is.
Okay, so if you look down below the third MFD between your legs, the on switch is literally slightly to the right of button number, is that 1? You've got a contrast button or toggle, and it's kind of to the left of that and slightly below.
3 and 0.
TCM jets? Obviously not it, but that's where I'm looking.
So the ECM exmit, if you look up, there's a set of buttons which is labelled bit offset, special display, and then there's an on button. One is coming left now, ingressing into the target area.
Yeah, I've got it. Come.
Can't believe I forgot to turn that one on. Roger. Thank you.
Hot, turning south.
Okay, one's running in. Now from 25 miles.
Turning south with 4, 3. Running in. 23 miles from the target.
Roger. Bob, what's your position? Springfield 3 and 4, what's your position?
Yeah, from
3, we're roughly 15 miles from Batumi, travelling on the downwind leg.
Roger, continue south for about to 25 miles and then turn in.
Roger.
Okay, one's pulling up. Magnum. One's turning left downwind.
you okay, Stefan?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just I've engaged
Altitude.
ground mode.
Altitude.
How do you fire the hub? Just with a normal fire.
Yeah, so it's the second pickle button, sorry. If you have any trouble, let me know, Steph. Sorry, Steph, say again.
Which one's the second pickle button? Just the trigger.
So there's two weapon select buttons. I don't know which one you've got programmed. What type of HOTAS do you have?
I've got the VKB plus VKB Gladiator.
I have no idea what that looks like, but it's the weapon select button. You got your normal trigger, which fires your gun, but it's not that one.
It's the one that you been doing that. If not, then you'll just have to take a look at your keybinds. Sure, I'll do it.
Bingo.
Bob, Steph, if you just want to
Bingo.
fly the pattern, don't worry too much if you don't release the weapons. You're only just having an introductory flight if you like, so it's no big deal. You got that, Steph?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, one's running in.
Running in.
Three one, say distance to target.
Say again, 3.
Just say your distance to target
19 miles, closing.
and your altitude, please.
600 feet.
3-1, Roger. Three four, you visual. You visual with me, Steph.
Yes, visual.
I'm going to turn left, in place, just follow me. And give them a bit more room.
Sure thing.
We'll racetrack 180.
180. 2 is Bingo 2.
Bingo 2 acknowledged. One's pulling up. One is Magnum. Pulling left.
Altitude. Altitude.
One is downwind. One has a shack.
Magnum. Heading downwind.
One's turning for the target. One is running in.
freezing hot.
One is 15 miles to target. One is pulling up. One is Magnum. One is Winchester. One is pulling left, downwind. It's a shack.
Bingo. Bingo.
Okay, one is fencing out and is going to angle for the tanker.
Magnum Winchester, Alpha. Rejoining one. So from what distance will you be launching your arms tomorrow, Yogi?
About 13 miles.
Yeah, I would recommend putting it in harm loft mode. I just launched from 100 meters above the ground and it cleared the ground just fine. There's no need to expose yourself by pulling up. 13 miles is very close.
Yeah, well, that was 13 miles in aircraft pull-up mode.
I see.
So, bearing in mind the kinematics from the harm is not going to be as good as, you know, launching it from an aircraft, so you'll vastly reduce your range.
Well, roger that. Well, from 10 miles, it hit the target. And you wouldn't have to pull up.
Roger that. Okay, one's nearing the tanker. Switching to box 2 stud 1, box 2 stud 1.
Roger. Texaco 1-1. Springfield 1-1. Request rejoin.
Springfield 1-1, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 300.
One is visual on the tanker.
2.
3, what's your situation?
Yeah, I've had 2 hang-ups for some reason. I got one off okay. I'm still trying to get a second one. I'm getting no indication of lock or a weapon release.
Okay, make sure your master arm's on, air to ground's on.
Yeah, it is.
Keep pulling up until the missile releases.
Yeah.
You have to press the pickle switch, keep it pressed, and then pull up until it releases.
Got that, Keith, thank you.
Okay, one is 12 miles from the tanker.
TACAN.
TACAN is 20 X-ray.
Roger.
Well, that was close.
Talent. Texaco 1-1. Springfield 2-1. Request rejoin.
Springfield 2-1, Texaco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 300.
Controls haven't always been this bad, Mr. Tanker.
We stepped on each other, stay again.
The contrails have not always been this bad with the tanker on the training server.
It's winter.
Clearly.
2 form up on my left. Okay, 1 now moving into tanker. 1 in pre-contact.
Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact. Ready, pre-contact. Return pre-contact.
I'm gonna have to go to your right if I want to lower the hose.
Contact.
Go for it.
You're taking fuel.
1's plugged in.
You return to base?
Ready, pre-contact. Return pre-contact. Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact.
You there, Bob?
Bob, sure, sir, still up? Something's off.
Three, I'm right behind you.
Well, 3 Roger. Do you want to come arrow right?
Sure thing.
Do you want to come into arrow right if you're receiving?
Yeah, got that. Same step.
1 to 3, you receiving?
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Bob, we are under the slight impression that your SRS is not working.
Return pre-contact.
Bob, you hearing us?
Contact.
Sorry, Yogi, I'm having problems with my
You're
headset.
taking fuel.
Roger.
Transfer complete.
Yogi, I'm currently 2 miles east of Kataisi.
Roger.
I have 4 with me in visual. We'll land at the.
Yeah, you go ahead and land. Don't worry.
I would take Stefan into a straight-in approach.
Yeah, I've got to go round in case I'm too far off the angle.
I'll definitely have to look up on YouTube how to use the harm.
That's not exactly the first step in your course.
No.
First step on your course is to learn to fly the aircraft. That's what we'll teach you.
Yeah, flying alongside someone I find difficult.
It's not
Bob,
the easiest
Stefan,
thing to do.
If you can hear me okay, we'll break round to the left. I'll give you plenty of room. Stay on my right hand side, and as we go down the runway, I'll try and get us down to about 1,000 feet at 420 knots. So far?
Yeah, that's it.
And as I'm halfway down the runway, I'll brake to my left, round to a 180 reciprocal course for the downwind turn, gear and flaps down, and land. Just have a go at it and see how you go. I'm sure it won't be too difficult.
It's like a carrier landing.
Transfer complete.
So they go straight in for landing or just turn 180 left?
2 arrow right, go.
Now what Bob is saying is that he's not doing a straight-in landing, he's doing a case 1 pattern. That's what you would do if you landed a aircraft carrier. I would just say try to follow and see how it goes. It's one of the first things that Abe will teach you, so if you've seen it once, then at least you'll understand what he's trying to teach you.
Sure, I'll follow.
Okay, 1 and 2 coming right.
Where do you want to put us down, Yogi?
We're going to go back to Katazi.
2.
Okay, we'll do a 5 degrees descent down to 1,000 feet.
2.
Increasing to 420 knots. Coming to course 086.
086.
Steer on the right. Stefan, if you give it about 5 seconds, call on the brake, 250, gear and flaps down, call it downwind, and then land. If you can manage that, have a go. If you don't matter if you get it wrong.
Going downwind now.
So gear and flaps at 250 knots.
Engine idle.
Engine idle, V300, coming down. Gear and flaps down.
Free gear and flaps, downwind to land.
Keep speed around 170, is it?
Yeah, just about. What you're looking for is that your velocity indicator, the thing that tells you where you're going, is in the E bracket.
Got a bit.
Aim for the piano keys.
Altitude. Altitude.
Course touchdown.
On your first go around, that's not bad.
Okay, speed clear of the active.
Okay, 1 and 2 will fly past Kotozi, about between 5 and 10 miles, and then we'll rotate back to land on runway 27. Okay.
2.
1 and 2 accelerate.
2.
Descend to 500 feet.
2.
Coming left. And slowing. Slowing to 420. Okay, 1 and 2 flat turn left, go. One is leveling out. Katazi, this is Springfield, initial with 2. One in the brake to land. One is finals, get down. One is right and slow.
2.
One's clear of the active.
Alright, well, thanks a lot, Yogi, for the arm instruction.
No worries, buddy.
Looking forward to see you put it to use tomorrow while I'm flying in with my bombs, protected by your arms.
Well, let's hope we got a good cap as well. Apparently there's a lot of MiGs in the area. One's leaving the server.
Sorry boys, I've got a significant pull.